Hello and welcome back to 10,000 Heroes, your new favorite podcast. This is our first interstitial episode between the seasons. It's the beginning of season two show notes here. Episode 20, which was last week with John Blacksmith or JB, closed out season one for us. And next week's show with Fighting Woman, episode 21, will begin season two. So I just wanted to take a moment to highlight some changes as we head into season two, now that we've really begun to hit our stride as a podcast. First of all, gratitude. I want to acknowledge that a year ago, this podcast was just a glint in its creator's eyes. And now, through the generous gift of presence and attention from 20 willing guests and thousands of listeners, we actually have a podcast. And existence is the first perfection. We've gone from 0 to 1. And from here on out, all growth will be less difficult and less consequential than the birth process. So thank you to everyone who listened in the last year, and especially to our guests, without whom there'd be nothing to listen to but the opinions of the hosts, and we all know how common opinions are. So I want to announce some changes in the way we do episodes for season two. There's going to be some changes around here. One, to give you better context on the interviewee, we're going to start every episode with a brief introduction to the guest. This is a standard thing that other podcasts do. In the beginning, I didn't think it was necessary. Now I see the value. Often our interviews start mid-conversation with a level of comfort and intimacy that would be broken by a formal introduction with titles and pedigree during the interview. So I won't do that in the talk. I'll do that before as a preface. Secondly, we're going to move our little co-host bit where Nate and I talk and discuss the interview to the end. And that's mainly because Nate kept spoiling the interview by giving away the really juicy bits. No, I'm joking. It's because I want to get us out of the way so you can have an unfiltered experience of the conversation without our reactions and printing your own. And because I want to actually give more space for the debrief, and having it after the interview gets rid of any kind of the rush and pressure. And so we can go into it with a little more depth. It's the first two. So the third, I'm adding a little tag at the end that encourages you to share this podcast and to communicate with us. I want more interaction with you, our listeners. I want to know what you like and what you don't. And I've gotten to really enjoying our content, and I believe in its value. So I think that more people knowing about it and having the option to listen to it regularly would be a good thing, which means I want to grow the audience, which means I want to encourage you to help me, because you, whoever's listening to this right now, are the people that are best positioned to do that. And then, if you know another way of growing the podcast, I'm all ears. And see the tag at the end of this episode for how to get in touch. And lastly here, I just want to give a little sneak peek into season two. We finalized the first few episodes, and I'm really excited. There's a thematic resonance that I can already feel in the opening episodes of season two. The first four in particular, episode 21 is with Fighting Woman, who's a Salish Sea storyteller, cultural educator, and activist for Native American rights and recognition. Episode 22 is with Robert McNaughton, who's an integral philosopher with a strong critique of postmodern rights and identity-based movements. It's a nice balance there. And episode 23 features Irish writer and mystic Manchán Magan, who hammers home the incompleteness of the rational worldview in a way that McNaughton would probably appreciate, I would guess. Episode 24, the fourth in this little quartet, I welcome Kern Bear, who has dedicated the last 5 years of his life to understanding dialogue and reconciling these divergent points of view. So I'm really excited about that 4-episode cycle to start us off. And finally, a little note on the numbering system. Season 2 is starting next week. The episode number, however, will continue to go up monotonically because I'm trying to get to 10,000 episodes, and so I can't renumber the seasons. I can't start at 1 with every new season, otherwise we'd never get to 10,000. So season 2, but it'll be episode 21, getting to 10,000. At the current rate, probably in 500 years, but we're going to go weekly sometime soon, and then it'll be in 200 years. We'll see what new additions we can do after that to make it happen in my lifetime. Not that everything has to happen in one person's lifetime. Thanks again for listening, and here's to our journey together in season 2. That concludes another episode of 10,000 Heroes. Your hosts were Ankur Shah Delight and Nathan Ramos. Special thanks to Pierre for the awesome episode artwork, and to DJ Plainview for our theme music. If you like the show and you want to support our mission and our growth, here are 3 things you can do. 1. Think of 3 people you know who would enjoy the episode you just listened to and tell them about it. Call them on the phone, send them a text, send them a link, whatever. But share your enthusiasm. 2, leave a glowing review on your podcast platform if they support it. Having lots and lots of glowing reviews is a great way for us to get found by other listeners. And 3, get in touch. Email us at info@10kh.show. Follow us on Twitter at 10khshow. Connect us with people you know who would be great guests. Give us constructive feedback, or just like in point 1 above, share your enthusiasm. Thank you and take care.